Oh yeah, it's your boy LiveWire, and I'm in the building. I need to adjust my audio headphones. I did not set this up the way I was supposed to, because I cannot hear myself at all right now. You think this crazy? Nah, that's not working. I'll mess with this later. I can hear myself well enough. What's going on, people? It's your boy LiveWire. Um, doing something different. Told my fellas that I was going to. Obviously, I don't have a mic. I gotta get a arm and do some other stuff. But right now, I'm in not the man cave because the man cave is under construction. I'm in my wife's office. So I'll be doing this from here until further notice. I've been enjoying gaming. I've been playing a lot of well, been playing a lot of not Dying Light, Dead Island. Good game. I mean, I had it for a while. I pretty much had it since day one. But you got Game Pass, and you just get caught up playing a bunch of other things other than just the one game you got. So, I've been jumping around playing that, playing Halo, Forza. Um, I still got Stray to try to beat. Stray is like I don't know how long that game is, but I can't concentrate in. I'm so lost. I'm gonna probably have to do a doggone tutorial because I'm so disinterested with the like constantly reading the dialogue. If you don't do it, you're not gonna know who to go talk to and all that stuff. And I don't remember the people that I do speak to, so it's becoming more of a let's say a grind, but it's becoming very tedious to play as of right now. But anyway, where's my chat? Oh, my chat not on here. Son of yo, this is work in progress. I had my chat on here, now it's not on here. Like what the hell? Now I got see man. See, you know what? I just have to look at it here on my phone. Yo, what's going on, Radiance? What's going on, Agent Slug? 3R. Alright, so uh I, let's go into Gamescom. I got some other things to look at too. Obviously, I'll be on the podcast tomorrow with the fellas, so check us out. Um, Xbox Day One podcast or XDO. Um, let me get my stuff situated. Oh, and nah. Go to. I gotta switch my thing up. Good grief. Oh, that's not it. Okay, here we go. All right. So let me get my live thing because it's the first thing I want to talk about before we even go into everything about Gamescom. It's a lot. You said the sound is too low. See, can I turn myself up? You know what? It's this doggone headset. That's what I need to get an actual mic. I have a whatever this thing is, but it doesn't work. I think it died a while ago. So I'll probably just have to talk a little bit louder for right now. And it's going to be a short video. It's not going to be long at all. Because I got some things to do, and it took me forever to like actually get this thing operating. So because of that, it's gonna have to be shorter. Um, but I'll try to talk as loud as I can and not, whisper. But let me hold up. No, everything's up. All my audio's up. So yeah, it's just the mic itself, and it's the way it's positioned. Like I have to rotate the damn headphone because it doesn't like in the party chat it works fine, but like on here it doesn't work the same. All right, so anyway, Gamescom. I would say this for Gamescom. Probably, probably, if not the best, one of the best shows um that we've had this year as far as showcases. Because it just had a lot of stuff. Maybe not too many things that are new and surprising, but this whole weekend of Gamescom, I felt like we might not have got a lot of like, oh my goodness, I ain't know about this game type stuff. But what we did do is get a lot of dates. Like we got dates for Dark Tide, which I've been waiting for to come to console because I just don't like. I have it on PC. I have a PC. I use it occasionally, but I just don't. I don't play on my PC like that. I'm more of a console dude. Again, it's fine for what it is. I beat uh Kia and the Kia whatever in the Bridge of Spirits. Um I beat God of War on my PC, even though I beat it on my PlayStation. I haven't beaten Spider Man yet, but I'll get there. I'll get there. I beat it on the PS4 Pro, but I didn't beat it on PC yet. Um, but again, we got a lot of let me see what else I have on there? Days Gone. I got a couple of PlayStation games on there, but I'm just happy that Dark Tide is coming because again, it's a game that I've been looking forward to. Um, to like really be able to sit on the couch and play it because again, it's just not my cup of tea to just sit down and really just sit on the computer. Like most of the time I work on the computer, so it's just I don't know. Most people say the same thing. It's like you work on a computer all the time. You don't want to sit at a computer and just game. It's just not your thing. Now, if you don't do it, or if you have your PC at the couch with next to your TV, then that's cool. But I don't. So for me, this console gaming is where it's at for me majority of the time. I do have Starfield downloaded on my PC. I will test it out. I always do that pretty much with every big Xbox game. I play it on my S, play it on my X, and I play it on my PC. Now the last couple of ones, no, it really hasn't worked on PC well. Like everything has been kind of, I wouldn't say trash, but the optimization wasn't there. Like Forza, I just got into Forza on PC because now it like when it first came out, it wasn't optimized for my PC. Now it's been optimized for a while, but again, you play it on console. After a while, I get on PC. I'm like, it's not really that difference. They did add the ray tracing, but I don't use it because it slows everything down. So it's like for me, it's like it has no real value. But let me get into this clip because it's quite interesting. All right, so we have Gamescom, and before we saw anything going on in Gamescom, right? Before anything went down, we had this guy who jumped on stage, and I'm gonna show it to you real quick. Hopefully the volume is. Let me try to make sure that it's up and going so you can see and hear exactly what happened. Good Jesus, I'm over here clicking on the wrong screen. Hopefully you can hear this. Now this is the end of it, where right when Jeff is about to, do a presentation. I guess he's going to bring on Todd Howard to talk about, the game. Hold up, no. I thought I got to.
Starfield is ever so close, and Inan, thank you so much for that spectacular performance. Really appreciate you coming all the way for this. It's true, in just over a week, fans will start to play Starfield in early access on Xbox and PC. Well, I've been lucky enough to start playing it. Don't be jealous. I'm not allowed to say anything about it. Yes, exactly. All right, well, guys. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Really disappointing.
Look at all the security. All right, you see all the security down here? They far as hell. Like, yo, they supposed to be like wait, hold up. Where does he dude even come from? Where did he even come from?
Starfield is ever so close. And, thank you so much for that spectacular performance. Really appreciate you coming all the way for this. It's true. In just over a week, fans will start to play Starfield in early access on Xbox and PC. Well, I've been lucky enough to start playing it. Don't be jealous. I'm not allowed to say anything about it. Yes, exactly.
GTA. It's too loud.
All right. Well, guys.
Maybe
Okay.
it's too. Maybe they tried to attack.
Thank you very much, guys.
See, that's the thing. I don't.
Really?
All right, hold up.
Night for
Try
so
to back this up.
many developers. It's really disappointing to see someone act that.
Yeah, this dude must have had like
play
a mental.
Starfield in early access on
I
Xbox
doubt he's
and
a
PC.
developer.
Well, I've been lucky enough to start playing it. Don't be jealous. I'm not allowed to say anything about it.
I don't know where this guy came from.
Yes, exactly. All right.
He has Austin, so he's not a. As far as I know, he's not a developer. Now, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if the dude had a mental break or because like it didn't make any sense. He talking about Bill Clinton. He ain't been a president for like 20 years. So like who cares about Bill Clinton? Like nobody thinking about Bill Clinton like that. So I don't know if the dude just he had a mental break or he was just trying to clown. I have no idea. I don't know what the case is in this. I just know the security was far as heck. Like I mean, cause that could have gone sideways. If he had a knife or something, you don't know. You know, some people crazy. Maybe he ain't like a game that he made or he likes. I don't know. Like to me, listen, they ain't they should have Dave Chappelle that dude. I mean, as much as look, dude might have been in crisis. Fair enough. He might have been. But others that come on stage may not be in crisis. And they just might be trying to get they shine on. And in that case, in those cases, I feel you should get a bat to the face. I'm being honest with you. Like you way too close for comfort. I don't know you, dude. I don't know what you up here for. I don't know what you trying to do. But to me, you're a threat. So you should get a bat to the face. You know. And you just leave it as look, it's a warning to anybody else trying to do the same thing. You might get your grill pushed in. And that's the way I feel about it. I mean, not gonna sway me saying, "Oh well, he has mental health and da da da." Well, guess what? That battle knocked some sense into him. I'll tell you that. It'll knock some sense into him. Cause yo, he bugging. Like yo, look at this fool. He up there over there saying nonsense, man.
All right. Well, guys. Okay.
Talking about Bill Clinton wants to
Really disappointed. They're disappointed.
like what kind of security they got in Germany, man? Ain't nobody tackle him. They kind of just shoot him off the stage. Like, please, sir, just
That's just so
off the
disappointing.
stage,
This is such
sir.
a
Just
special night for
please.
so many
We don't want
developers.
to tackle
It's really
you. We
disappointing
just
to
want
see
you off
someone
the stage.
act that way. But we're gonna move.
Like, bro, I understand Germany's trying to like be nice and make up for the many years ago when the whole Nazi thing, but like at least have a baton. Like, all right, you're not gonna have a pistol. Fair enough. Fair enough. Have a baton though. A taser, something like, bro, like just going. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Yo, what's going on, Unlimited? Yo, 100. What up? But yeah, man, like I said, man, they got to do better, man. I'm not even a fan of Jeff like that. But bro, he got to be protected. Like you can't just let people just come up on him like that. Like that's crazy. Like we just had Todd Howard on the stage. So if Jeff the dude that this is his show ain't safe on the stage from a crazy person just walking up to him. Yo, you got like Phil Spencer, Todd Howard, whomever else, other devs and CEOs on the bro. You can't just have crazy people just walking on the stage. That's why you got, you know what? See, that's why they got their security. You know, and I for one advocate a bat to the face of anybody coming up on the stage that's trying to act froggy. You get a bat to the face because guess what? All of them look like ponies to me when they in a place they ain't supposed to be. It'd be like you could be the biggest Xbox fan. I don't give, I don't care, bro. You get a bat to the face. Be like, yeah, you bugging, bro. Yeah, he should, bro. 100. He should have his own security. I don't know what they was thinking. I don't know what they was thinking. But yeah, that junk was wild. But aside from that, aside from the madness, um, show was good. From what I saw, show was good. Um, they showed a ton of games. We got to see but we didn't see you didn't see Stalker 2 until I think it was yesterday. But everything else, you got Little Nightmares 2. I mean 3. I gotta play that. Um, oh, uh, not Wulong. What's the name of the? Is it Wulong? What's the name of that that uh that game? Oh, doggone ads. What's the name of this game? I think it's Dynasty, Monkey Dynasty. Oh, it is Wukong. I knew it was close. So you got Wukong. They still didn't say what that thing's. Well, what are they developing it for? I'm assuming it's coming to everything, but they haven't said as of yet. Not that I've seen that it's coming to everything. But you had that. You had a bunch of other games. Obviously, you had Alan Wake 2, which is looking fire. Alan Wake 2 is looking fire. Even games like Lords of the Fallen and all that, looking pretty good. I ain't gonna play it day one. We're looking pretty good. But nah, you know what? I said this gotta be one of the best shows. One of the best shows. Um, and hopefully they make it even better. Even the movie, the stuff that they came in with the movie stuff. Rebel Moon, been waiting for to see that trailer. Looks pretty good, Star Wars ish. You know, yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah. But let me see. I'm s- I'm still trying to get used to working this thing. Oh, you know what? Can I do? Okay, I got you. All right. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Do I want to talk about that yet? Nah, nah. Yes, I'll talk about it. All right. So there's a game. All right, doggone focus thing. There's a game that's coming out on Game Pass in in October called Jusant, which is I didn't know what that meant. It's still kind of like it's a French word for what's it called? I'm trying to remember how they say it. It's like the coming in of the tides. What do they call? What is that called? Ebb and flow. So it's called ebb tide, and it translates to Jusant, um, which just means the coming, the going away of the water from the shore. I mean, okay, it sounds all right though. So I'll let them have it. I'll let them have it. Oh, it says coming to everything. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea if it's coming to everything. I just know it's coming to Game Pass. And I was like, okay, okay, I mess with this. I was looking at the gameplay for it. Yo, the gameplay is looking mighty official for this game, man. I was checking it out. Let me see if I can put some up real quick. Uh, I gotta damn near mute everything because Xbox. I don't want to get no copy strikes on nothing. Yeah, where's my? See again in the future, I will have this set up a little bit better and easier, so I know where everything is. But again, I was fighting doggone YouTube for like I don't even know how long. Like, what I have this thing posted at like 4, fighting that thing, man, trying to get it to connect. Yo, man, what's going on? I still don't even know how I did it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, yo, it might have been that like my account, it might have been disconnected from. I don't know, man. Bro, I don't know, cause I didn't change it from like I usually stream stuff for work for through Facebook, so I didn't really change anything, and I've done it through YouTube before, but it's a different account. I don't know. I don't know what I did different, but now it works, so whatever. But where is all my? Oh, you know what? That's why. Because they got all these other things in between. All right, this is nope. That's not it. Too yes. Okay, cool. Oh, that's what's up. It's on it. Let me see if I can back that up. Back it up a little bit more. Look, man, this is a pretty long demo right here. Okay, but yeah, so this little game right here has caught my attention. Now, it's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle platformer, climbing game, whatever you want to call it. But it's like games like this, bro. These tiny gems constantly coming to Game Pass, bro. To me, that's what is really cool about having Game Pass. Like constantly getting games like this coming in. Like, cause I'm gonna be honest, man. It's expensive to buy every game I want. Every game I want. Every game I have interest in. I gotta put money down on. Like, bro, that's mad expensive. Man, I don't care what Pony say. Talking about being cheap, welfare game. Like, bro, it's fiscally, it's fiscally smart to have Game Pass. It just is what it is. Like, you might not like to hear it. You might be against it because whatever subscription you have doesn't have that capability. Bro, it's fiscally responsible to have Game Pass, especially if you like to play a lot of games. And for me, man, bro, I enjoy playing a lot of games. I play a little bit of everything. I mean, I would say this with Game Pass, there's no time where I'm just like straight up, I ain't playing this game. Period. I at least download it and give it a try, and let the game itself tell me I ain't interested. Unless I look at the trailer, I'm like, all right, this is obviously something that I'm not going to be interested in at all. But most of the time, you don't really find that many games that are just like straight up, oh, it doesn't matter, I don't care what you say. I mean, shoot, I played Persona. Y'all know how, like those that know me know that I was against that game. Wasn't my cup of tea, from looking at the trailers, looking at the gameplay. But I played it. It's a decent game, you know. And I don't like turn-based games. Now, granted, I ain't finished it, and I probably won't finish it because people talking about 500 hours just to finish the story. That's just crazy. I ain't got that type of time. I ain't got that type of time to be playing games. I mean, I can give you 30 minutes. I mean, 30 minutes, 30 hours, 40 hours, maybe even 100. 500? Come on, that's excessive. That's way too much. So I doubt I ever finish that game. But wait, who? Wait, which one is this? It says Joe Zoon. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm trying to. I don't know what that means. Da, da, da. Man, what is this crap on my screen? Take this off. As long as you monetize, wait, monetizing, you can play whatever you want. Oh, no, I ain't monetizing crap right now, bro. Not yet. I ain't gotta. You gotta get 1,000 subscribers, so I can't monetize nothing yet. My junk's sitting on 7. So as of right now, I'm good. But yeah, like little gems like this, bro. Yeah, I mess with this. I'm trying to think. What's the other small game that we're getting? That's because we had that game with the aliens that's actually leaving Game Pass now. What's it called? 10 or whatever. 10. What is this thing? Sound like somebody. The phone was ringing. Where's this thing at? Leaving. Tinykins. It's a solid game. Solid game. Very. I mean, it reminds me of this. Like again, puzzle platformer. You ain't got too many great ones. This one looks pretty damn good. So, I'm looking forward to it. What's my time looking like? Maybe I get another 20 minutes. All right, let me see if I jump onto this other. You know what? Let's go for the meat and potatoes. Talking about Starfield. Look, the hype is real, y'all. The hype is real. You know, cats that said they wouldn't even touch Starfield with a 12-foot pole are out here pre-ordering the game. Cats that do nothing but dog walk Xbox day and night. They out here pre-ordering the game. You got your Red Dragons and whomever else on Twitter buying Xboxes and exposing themselves as having had Game Pass for since its inception, but yet they complain about it all the time. Playing and buying the early edition. So hey, the hype is real, bro. The hype is real. I mean, I haven't looked at none of the leaks. I don't have no interest in it. I'm about to play it in like 6, 7 days, so it ain't no point in me. What am I looking at leaks for? I know I already got the collectors. I mean, not the collectors. The upgraded edition through Game Pass. So I know I'm playing it day one. Early access anyway. So for me, I don't have to convince myself to whether or not the game is good. I'm good. I got it. I'm jumping in there day one. Um, so yeah, I can't wait. Now obviously the haters are gonna hate. That's what they're gonna do. What up, others ain't? Haters gonna hate. They come out with all kinds of stuff. You got people saying, well, it don't look as graphically amazing as like some other game that's graphically amazing. But it's not a great game. All right, fair enough. Look, my whole thing is, well, I'm a gamer. I like the game, and it's in Game Pass, bro. So at bare minimum, you could try it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You ain't got to keep playing, but you could try it. That's really all you got to do. That's really the 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 whole thing to it is try it. You ain't got to buy it. You're already subscribed to Game Pass. If you like it, then you could buy it if you want to. If like myself, I don't have to buy it because I'm always going to be subscribed to Game Pass as long as it's a viable subscription service. So therefore, I just get the upgrade edition, you know. And this is the thing that killed. I had to try to explain to people, man. Even if you get the upgrade edition and have Game Pass and decide to buy it months to years later, you're still not going to be paying the $60 that you were going to pay, or $60 or $70 you're going to have to pay in order to play the game day one. If you had bought it, and you cannot count Game Pass as like, oh, well, I've had it over a year or over a month, so every game that I have gets counted as, oh, I paid $180 for this one game. I paid $180 for this other one game. Like, bro, you do know every time a game comes out, you're not paying $180. So you can't get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, however many games from Game Pass in a year, and say for each game that comes out, you paid $180 to play that game. No, that's not how that works. All right, you already paid for the year. You already paid your $180, whatever, 240 or whatever it is, right? You cut that up amongst the games that you got to play. That's how that works. Come on, man. Let's not do stupid people math. You understand how this works. Like, ponies be bugging, man. They really be bugging. Talk about it. I paid $180 for Game Pass. What's the like, bro? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Cause I don't pay $180. I pay. Trying to think. Every 3 months, I pay about $30. That's about 120, right? And that's for Ultimate. Now, granted, it's going up, so I don't know how it's going to switch. And I get mine through CD keys, man. Every time it sell, I'm on it. That's how I do. Every time it's a sell, I'm on it. So I don't know, is it going to jump up to 40 for every 3 months? I don't know. But I know as of the last 2 years, I've been paying like $30 for 3 months, and I get like 2 or 3 of them. You know, so listen, you ain't got to pay $180, whatever. As long as you paying attention. Like at this point, bro, I don't unless it's a game that um, like I'm trying to think, pay full price. Like most games I get that are third party, unless all right, so like if it's a sale on it, I'll get it there. On Xbox. But if it's on CD keys and I see it for like I say it's like $50, $40, yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting on CD keys, bro. That's what I did with what was that game? It came out, it was like $70, but I paid like Arkham Arkham the Arkham game, whatever. Arkham Knights? Gotham Knights. That's the one. Paid $60 for that. I ain't paid 70, 60. I did the same thing for Dying Light 2, Dead Island 2. That was the other one I used CD keys for. I was gonna use it on Spider Man, but I ain't beat the first one, so I just like, I still ain't beat the first one on PC, so I'm not gonna get Miles Morales until I'm done with that. And again, I was gonna do the same thing. I use it for all the PlayStation games. I ain't paying full price. I ain't gonna do it. They old games. I'm not paying. I'm paying full price for old games on PC. I'm not doing it. I don't care what they say. I'm not doing it. If it came day one, now Kena Bridge of Spirits, I didn't use CD keys, but I got it on Epic Game Store because that's the only place you could play it at launch. But it was like 20% off or whatever. So rock with it that way. But man, listen, it's about to be different, yo. It's about to be different. You got, like I said, you got Starfield launching next week. Then you got, oh man, we still got Starfield. You got Sons of Liberty. You got freaking Mortal Kombat. You got Jesus Christ. What else is coming out in September? I feel it's like 3 games coming out in September. Mortal Kombat, Sons of Liberty. There's something else comes out late September. I can't remember. It's too many games, man. Like I said, then you got Sonic, Spider Man, Alan Wake, Forza, uh, something else. What else comes out? Is that all of them in October? All the big ones? Oh shoot, and just saw that comes out in October too, the 31st. You know what I mean? Crazy, man. You just an insane amount of games right now. Just insane amount. Like, bro, at this point, if you're not playing, if you complaining about ain't nothing to play, I don't know what to tell you. You just don't like gaming, man, because this is just way too many games to play. Right? My backlog is nuts. There's always something to play, especially like if you got Game Pass, man. You're gonna have a backlog. Even people that don't have Game Pass have a backlog. So that being said, come on, man. You know that you playing games for real. You're gonna have a backlog like this right here. This mofo right here, man. Yo, this junk is looking. This junk. I don't know, wait, it's looking sexy as hell, man. I'm messing with this guy, and I like that it looks like it made a lot of the improvements, especially the combat looks a lot more visceral than the original. You know. Yeah, I can't wait for it. I can't wait. I can't wait. But back to Starfield. Listen, um, like I said, you're gonna have people that, aside from people that are just actually excited to play the game, interested in playing the game. Look, regardless of the scores are, I don't know what they're gonna be. They could be in the 80s, they could be in the 90s. I don't know. I don't really care because at the end of the day, I'm still playing the game. I don't care if it's an 81 or 91. I'm still playing the game. Doesn't matter to me. Only thing I care about is having a good time playing the game, right? Because it's accessible to me, man. I ain't got to worry about it. Stress-free gaming. That's what Game Pass is. Stress-free gaming. I ain't got to worry about if the game is good or not. It's on there, right? Now, if it is great, listen, man, that's always a plus, you know. And the thing is, Microsoft has to make great games to justify the service. So I ain't really worried about people like talking about, oh, Game Pass gonna make Game Pass fodder, bro. It doesn't work like that. If you don't have quality content, nobody's going to utilize your service. Who was using Netflix like that when there was nothing but what about Bob on Netflix? Bro, they ain't have that many subscribers. Like, you bugging. Like, that whole ideology of thinking like, oh, because it's Game Pass, they're going to just make bad games because it's cheaper. Bro, there's a lot of stuff that's cheap. You know, the only reason why Apple makes as much money as they do because they're cell phone games. You're not. If they were charging people console prices to make those Apple Game Store games, people would not gravitate to them the way they do. It's because they're on your cell phone and they're cheap. You're talking about $5 per month for a bunch of games on your cell phone. That is a deal. If they were charging you $15 a month for the same games, you'd be a little bit more hesitant about paying money for cell phone games like that. You just be like, $15 a month. Why don't I just buy the actual game I want and call it a day? Why am I paying $15 or $20 for this game that I may play sometimes? Like, nah. But yeah, but like right now we're gonna see a lot of, you got Starfield's gonna hit. I mean, you see the energy, you see the people behind it. It's gonna hit. So what is this? Who's at my door? What? Listen, man. Who this? I don't know you, fool. Oh, it's FedEx. Wait, did I order something? Oh, what? Oh, those are. Nah, I can't. I'll get it later. I'm getting my bathroom fixed up, so it's probably something for that. Hey, close. Thank you. But we got a package. Yeah, I know. I saw. All right. Yeah, man. But the other thing we're dealing with right now with Starfield. What? What is it now? Is it the cabinet mask? Good grief! But right now we got the 30 FPS thing that people want to latch onto and say like, oh, Starfield's 30 FPS, therefore all games from now on probably are going to be 30 FPS. I don't think that's how that works. For one, matter of fact, I was listening to a discussion on YouTube the other day, and the guy was saying how Bethesda games or ZeniMax games that came to um, PlayStation were all 60, and now that because they're coming to Xbox, they're becoming 30. Now the thing is, Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo are nothing close to what you're dealing with Starfield. Starfield's a much bigger game. There's more things going on. You could pretty much pick up everything and interact with a lot of things in the world. So you're talking about something very different, which is what the creation engine is built on. Remember, creation engine is all about the interactivity, and I think a lot of people get this mixed up as like, oh, it's not super graphical, but it never was. It never was. Even Grand Theft Auto, as good as Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, as good as those games look, they're not the best looking games of the gen. They're not because there's more interactivity going on, and they're huge. Like people want like they have like these unrealistic expectations. You want Uncharted and Naughty Dog graphics in these big open spaces, but it doesn't work that way. Because even with games that they do have that, like Horizon, right? They have to give up a lot of stuff in order to do it. Like Horizon's a beautiful game, but a lot of the stuff in the world you can't interact with. Like it's more so like you looking and but you can't really, you know, touch anything and move anything. You don't really have that much control. It's not that type of game, right? So you're not comparing it to like uh the Red Dead Redemption, saying, well, it's more graphical. Yes, but look what you lose in order to get it. Like you got to understand, there's give and take for all this, man. You don't have unlimited memory and just be like, all right, we take all the memory in the world, we do whatever we want, and we can make whatever game we want. It don't work that way. That's not how it works. So with the 30 FPS thing, man. Look, I'm just me personally. I'm just looking for the game to run at a smooth 30, is what they said. Now, if they can patch it later and make it, improve it, all right, by all means, I'll take that. If you can make it 60. But see, the thing is, I've played Star Wars. Now, granted, it's not the best example, but I played Star Wars at 60. I played a couple of Star Wars, Dying Light, um, Assassin's Creed. Now, see, with Assassin's Creed, well, actually, hold up. I don't know if you have the option now, but originally you did. You would choose between 4K or 60. Now I always chose the 60 because of the gameplay and because graphically it wasn't that far off from what the 4K one looked. I mean, yes, it was 1440p, but it didn't look, so like muddy and all that stuff. Like textures weren't that bad to where I was like, oh man, I can't play it like this. Even with what's the name of that damn game? the PlayStation game with the PlayStation fragrance on it. I forget the name of the game. Descent or Ascent? I don't know. It's on my Xbox somewhere. But whatever, the space game, space horror game. That was like a fake Dead Space or whatever. Um, Beautiful game, and to me, graphically, obviously you could tell the difference between the 60 and the 30, but to me, it wasn't such a huge leap between the two that that I really felt it was a choice to go from 30 to 60. You know what I mean? I was just cool with 60. I tried it before. Obviously, 60 feels better, and in some aspects it looks better. But obviously, 30 is cleaner. But then you got to deal with the slower movements. But a game that I did choose 30 over was the Jedi Survivor. I tried it at 60. One looks terrible. Looks terrible at 60. Like it just, for whatever reason, it never looked great at 60. It just always looked muddy. Um, I played it majority in 30. The only times I switched to 60 is when I had to do certain puzzles, and I was just like, all right, this is like obviously this game was built with 60 in mind because this puzzle is becoming a pain in the butt because dealing with playing it at 30 versus 60 is just like my reaction time isn't to where it needs to be for me to make these like movements. And the same thing for like certain battles. I remember I was fighting some dude 30 and it was taking forever, bro. I was like, yo, I'm tired of dying to this dude because I couldn't time the counter the way I wanted it to. I switched it to 60, bing bam boom, my man done. So in that case, I did switch between the two, but majority of the time when I wasn't like dealing with like a difficult puzzle or a difficult enemy, bro, I was playing simply playing at freaking at 30. Well, yeah, yes, Jedi Survivor is buggy. I'm trying to remember. Uh, did I run into a ton of bugs? Um, I don't, I don't, maybe not enough that it, not enough that it deterred me from finishing the game. Not for me, at least. Yeah, pop-ins here and there, and, you know, some nonsense like that. But it wasn't like, it wasn't to me. It wasn't game breaking. But I mean, for other people, yeah, I fell out the world a couple of times. Um, but again, it wasn't like it wasn't no different to me. It wasn't no different than when I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn the very first time. That had a couple of bugs too. Same thing with Days Gone. There was a part in Days Gone. I'm driving around like it's like close to the end, and I got to take this truck to like some over some bridge or something. The whole freaking truck like disappeared. Like you see everybody in the truck, and you kind of see the frame of the truck a little bit, but like the whole truck is just like they basically driving on air or something like that. So, but again, stuff like that happen. Uh, all games got bugs, but again, for me, I don't, I didn't run into any of those major issues in Star Wars, so I was alright with that. I'm trying to think, what was the last game I had like so many bugs that, oof. Man, probably Redfall had no. The most bugs I had to deal with was definitely State of Decay 2 at launch. There was a lot of crazy wild stuff going on in that game. But Redfall, like it had two kinds of bugs. There was like animation bugs where like you stab the guy, but you sometimes you get him right on point. Other times you stab him at the side of his face, so the gun's not actually going into him. Stuff like that. And then but the major one for me was like the pop in, man. So sometimes it wouldn't pop in at all. like It took forever for the floor in the firehouse to actually pop in. Like, where was I playing it? On on the Series S, it took like it wouldn't even come. Like it wouldn't even pop in. But on the Series X, it would pop in, but like you had to stay in the area for like mad long. Like you had to stay in that building, that firehouse for mad long for it to even come to the point where it will pop in. Now, what is it now? Yeah, the mask, whatever. But but yeah, that was my probably the biggest bugs I dealt with was probably Redfall. Um, yeah, but anyway, man. Regardless, Starfield's going to be popping. Going to be on it day one. Uh, I don't know, man. It's going to be so much stuff. Listen, man, you're gonna have to play through it multiple times. So I really don't know how I'm gonna tackle this game. I really don't. It's a lot of stuff that's gonna be like it's either going through being a pirate, which I would love, but because of I want to be able to do a lot of the stealth missions. But see, I don't know, man. You know what? I'm gonna just play it by ear. Right? I ain't gonna come in with no expectations to be like I'm gonna do specifically this. I'm gonna just play it based on whatever falls in my way. That's how I'm gonna play it the first time. Maybe after that, I'll specifically go for I want to do this specific type of arc, but from the jump, I think I'm gonna just play it by ear. Just let you know, whatever happens, happens, and I'll do it like that. Series, yeah. Well, look, like other thing, the with Redfall, and me and Flip beat that game. Man, it was like it was a lot of things about that game I liked, and then there was a couple of things like, all right, the that's what I didn't say. The bug. There was this bug with Redfall where it was supposed to show you on the enemy. It was like one of the later enemies. Supposed to show you where to shoot. Like you had to shoot her in a specific location. And me and Flip would, we was fighting this thing for maybe an hour, 2 hours before we realized like, oh, it's not the indicator's not coming. So we just gotta like shoot around and try to figure out, okay, this looks like it's hurting her the most. We can like because like it's supposed to have an indicator, it would come up for like half a second and it would disappear. So you have to try to remember like what part of her body is it on. That was a pain in the butt, man. That was a pain in the butt. But aside from that, it was an okay game. It wasn't a great game, but it had potential, man. I'm telling you, like Redfall had like I think like there were certain aspects of it that it had interesting story and but it wasn't but that wasn't the case for everything. You know what I mean? Like it had interesting story beats here and there, but it just wasn't there all the time. So yeah, but let me see. I want to get off of talking about Starfield because when that bad boy drops out, we're all talking all about it. So, but all right, I'm gonna get on to my last thing. Keep it short. All right, so this week obviously they released gameplay of Stalker 2. They just I think it came out yesterday. Um, and it's looking good. Um, and I'm and obviously the game got delayed. Nobody's really surprised by that because of the situation that's going on and where they're located at. So totally understandable. Um, but I'll say this. I I think initially going in, I had like, all right, these expectations of what Stalker was going to be, and based on like the gameplay that they've shown in the past. Now, I haven't seen that much gameplay other than the short clips that they showed. But to be honest, at this point, my expectations aren't like super high for this. Only because I understand that, bro, they building a game in a war, like, like in an actual war. So it's hard for me to be like, bro, this game got to be this and that and this and that. And like, yo, they trying to like put a game together with stuff getting blown up around them. Like, it's just for me, it's just hard to be able to be like, oh, if it's not like this, then you know, because to be honest, it's a miracle that they ain't even making this game. Bro. I'm just being honest. Like this game probably should come out like once this whole Russia Ukraine thing is resolved. But obviously they still working through it. They said this is they find their solace in actually building the game. So hey man, I give much respect to him, man. That's hard, bro. That's hard. You trying to focus on you know building this art and this amazing game that you took what is it probably almost 20 years, well maybe not 20, 10 years to come back to and to build. And yeah, and you dealing with this madness. Yeah, it's rough, but man, I give them much proper respect, man, for being able to pull this off. It's not easy, bro. I think a lot of sometimes people forget like real people make games and they have real lives, and their lives ain't everybody's life ain't as easy as other people. Like, yeah, some devs have cushy salaries and they have ideal working conditions, but then you got people building games that building it from home because they can't afford an office. They can't afford a big staff. It might be like five of them, six of them. So, their work hours are stupid. They might have to go full time job and then come home and work on the game for the next 5, 8 hours. You know what I mean? So, like, much respect, bro. Much respect, man. It ain't easy, bro. I mean, shoot, you already known of like what 4 or 5 devs that died making Stalker 2. Because they had to go serve while they're developing the game. So, like again, man, like I know we get into the banter back and forth. I know. Um, and it's funny to an extent, but I mean, again, you gotta understand, there's real people. They 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 dealing with some real heavy stuff, and you just gotta respect them for being able to get out of bed and still want to work hard and do this, even though who knows how many countless loved ones they lost and all that just because of this situation. So it's tough, but much respect, much respect. But let me get on the chat with the chat. So I'm gonna jump ahead, chat with the chat, see what y'all at. All right, what's going on here? What we doing? Oh, okay, I see what's going on. Oh man, it's crazy. So long. Let's see. Now I can actually see what y'all was talking about in here. All right, Unlimited said Jeff Keighley's too cheap to afford security. That's why this show keeps getting rated like that. Okay. I mean, it's possible. I mean, nah, but he had like I seen like 12 people rush the stage when dude got up there. So maybe you're right. Maybe he can afford security. He just can't afford quality security. There's possibly it. Uh, and 100 said Jeff should have his own security. It says Jasant's coming to everything. Is it coming to everything? Kima, Mr. Kima says Joe Zooms. Who's Joe Zooms? I don't know. What is this? Oh, that's how it's. Well, I thought it was pronounced Josant. It's pronounced Joe Zooms. All right. I ain't French. I don't know. I was just trying to pronounce it the way it was spelled. All right. I got to do my what do you call that, John? My Duolingo today anyway. I ain't do it yet. Trying to work on my Espanol. Yeah, I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to get to it. Trying to be able to speak Spanish. It's a work in progress, bro. And it's funny thing, my dad speaks fluent Spanish, but we ain't paying attention when we was out when we was growing up. None of us speak Spanish. Not a single one of us. Not a single one of none of us. So I'm paying for it now. But see, you know what the difference is? Like when you grow up with, it's not your parents, bro, because your parents are working. So that's not you. You ain't learning Spanish from them. You get it from your abuela. So my grandmother wasn't speaking no Spanish, and she ain't live with us. So therefore, no habla español. But let's see, who else on here? Jedi Survivors Buggy. I be damn thing. You beat what was that thing? Redfall and like solo. Well, see, I beat parts of it solo, but not the whole. Nah, not the whole thing. And I'm pretty sure me and Flip beat the main game together. Um, Let me see. Yeah, I think I haven't even tried to beat the main boss by myself. That'd probably be a little bit more challenging, you know. But I was enjoying myself, Mike. I mean, the Redfall. I know people clown the game, say it got this and that, but at the end of the day, it was fun to play. Wasn't the best game ever, but it was fun to play. And that, so I mean, like Microsoft learned from their mistakes and they'll fix it, and hopefully we get 30 FPS in the characters and maybe some DLC. Um, and that would be nice, and then I could jump back into it. But yeah, I look forward to it because again, the game wasn't that bad. People act like it was terrible. It wasn't. It was just that you know, I think more than anything that hurt it was not having the 60. I think more than anything, I think people would have at least given it a shot if it was 60. Um, because I mean, there was some quality there, man. There was definitely some quality there. Not the best thing ever, but there was some quality there. Let me go on my Twitter. Let's see what these numbskulls like. Oh, see, I didn't make a slide for this, but I gotta talk about. I gotta talk about this BG3. All right, BG3 obviously is going to be coming to Xbox Series S and X later this year. Um, I guess whenever they're done doing whatever they got to do, they're not waiting for the split screen. That's coming even later. But um, but yeah, so BG3 is coming to the Xbox, and Yeah. So now everybody who was upset about saying that PlayStation was getting a de facto exclusive and all that stuff, there you go. Xbox is getting Baldur's Gate 3. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably not gonna play it unless it's in Game Pass. Because I've watched Baldur's Gate 3 and it looks fine enough, but it's a turn-based game and I mean, look, it's a Dungeons and Dragons turn-based game. It is not my cup of tea. Um, Not to say that's a bad game. Just I don't really play turn-based games. It's just not my thing. So with that being said, unless it comes to Game Pass, I'm probably not going to give it a shot. Or unless it's like, you know, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks or whatever on sale later on in the year. But other than that, where I ain't messing with it like that. Just not my thing. Um, but with that being said, you got people saying that Phil Spencer is a liar because he spoke with the development team and they came to the decision that even though the Series S wouldn't have split screen at its launch, that they would still launch the game, right? Like, bro, understand this. Things are fluid. That's just how it is. Things are fluid, and guess what? Not everything is going to, you know, happen as you design, right? For whatever reason, it's taking certain devs longer to, work on games. It is what it is. Larian Studio is a big studio, but not a humongous studio, right? And everything's about logistics. Do they have the bandwidth in order to be able to put this game out in a timely fashion? No. Okay. So they divide it up. You got your PC. One, it's been on PC in early access for a long time, right? Almost 3 years, I think they said it was. Then it's going to come to PlayStation next in September, and then it'll come to Xbox sometime now, right? Now, with that being said, all you got to do is you're basically looking at it as um, Xbox is the one that probably, because of Starfield, they saw that audience not really playing the game as much. PlayStation doesn't really have much this year. This is their slow year. So it makes more sense to get, since everybody's getting the game, it makes more sense for them to get the game before Xbox, versus trying to make them wait and then get it at the same time, you know, because to be honest, a lot of Xbox do probably weren't going to play it. So now you almost have, like, you're basically allowing your game to get three launches. You had a PC launch, you'll have a PlayStation launch, and then you'll have an Xbox launch later on in the year. I don't see no problem in that. You know what I mean? Especially with the type of, like, I can understand if Xbox ain't had nothing. We ain't had no games. We was out here, you know, waiting for Gears of War to come out. And some game that we already have multiple sequels for. I get that. You know, I get it. You be like, oh, I gotta get something. You know, but even with PlayStation, right? It's a down year, but they still got mad third party games coming out. Let's not act like Mortal Kombat's not coming, Alan Wake's not coming, Sonic, all Superstars ain't coming out. Freaking obviously Call of Duty and whatever else is coming out. So there's games there. You know, everybody has. It's just their first party is lacking this year. They did have Forspoken, which wasn't great, but it was It was good for those that liked it, right? Then you have Final Final Fantasy. It's PlayStation's version of Rise Summer Rome. It's the best 720p 30 FPS game ever made. That's basically what the narrative on that is, right? The best 720p 30 FPS JRPG ever made is the Final Fantasy. Okay, you got that. You got that. Now then on top of that, you're gonna have Spider Man. You get to swing from the left and the right, right? You got the Spider Man. So you get the swinging, you get the swinging left and right. So they got some stuff to play. It might not be Starfield. It not might not be Hi-Fi Rush. You know, they do have a well, no. I mean, Redfall's a shooter, and for for what's it? Forspoken is I don't know what the hell is Forspoken. Forspoken is like a magical. It's like a poor man's Horizon Zero Dawn to me, I guess. Whatever that is. I have the demo on my PC. I said, hell no. This ain't it. Not a bad game, but I already got a Horizon that looks better than this. Just as boring, but looks better. So, nah, not for me. Maybe if it comes to Xbox and it's in Game Pass and it's cleaned up, where it's not like, yo, you know what? Hold up. Forspoken was like 720p, like 800, 900p, not really doing 30, 60. And Final Fantasy did the same thing. See, you know what's funny? People act like it was going to switch up. They were like, oh no, it was just a small developer, you know, I forget the name of the developer, but a small developer, and they just had these issues over there with working with the PS5. Then you had the same thing come full circle. See the same issues on Final Fantasy 16. 720p, not really doing 60, only like closed and locations doing 60, open world is doing sub 30. So again, you know, but again, PlayStation don't get taxed for that because they are the market leader. So people just overlook it. Like, bro, they played a 720p game, not on a Switch, on a PS5. It was 720p, and they said good enough. Like, bro, I that was shocking. I ain't gonna lie, that was shocking. But they said good enough, man. They said good enough. And I don't even is that Unreal? I don't know what engine that's on. I have no idea, but I just know that bad was 720p. So I don't know, man. Yeah, what do you want? What do you want for dinner? Chinese. Maybe some Chinese. Chinese since you're asking. No, I didn't spell that right. Whatever. She gets it. Uh, but yeah, man. Man, this generation is gonna be interesting. It is. I'll tell you this. I would like. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would probably really enjoy an Xbox Series P, meaning portable. I think Xbox could do it. I think they could do it. I think with the S, you basically put the S in handheld form if possible. But see, make that thing small, man. I'm telling you. everything gets smaller over time, man, with tech. So I'd say, if possible, make Xbox Series make Xbox Series S portable. Call it the series the Xbox Series P or whatever name you want to give it. I don't like whatever name. You can call it whatever you want. And yeah, I think that'd be fire, bro. Because I mean, with all these handhelds coming out, they ain't more powerful than it. I mean, the was it the is it the Rogue Ally or the Steam Deck? I'm trying to remember. One of them is about the same power as the Series S. And one has more. I think it's the Ally. I think the Ally. No, I can't remember. Might be the Ally. Might be the Steam Deck. I can't remember. But I know one has more memory than it. But you got to remember, like with the Xbox Series S, yes, it's 10 gigs, but most games use about in the range of 8. They don't really push it all the way to 16. I know they give you 16, they don't just be sitting there pushing it all the way to 16. I mean, shoot, mostly with the recommendations of the games they give you, they tell you like, oh, it's this, it's that. You know what I mean? But it ain't usually like, oh, we need all 16. What the? Oh, it just shut off on me. I'm like, what the? But they don't usually give you all make it a requirement that you have to use all 16 gigs. I'm trying to say, see, I don't want to turn this on. What are my? Do they have recommendations on here? Reviews or capabilities? Custom. I'm trying to see if they have spec requirements. See, I'm trying to do it in look at this in the Xbox Game Pass app because every time I open my Steam, it like I gotta remember to turn off to like shut down the Steam app because anytime you go back and try to play an Xbox game, it like tries to do it with Steam controls and then the keyboard pops up. It's like it's a mess. I mean, at least I figured out what was causing that. Because I was like, yo, I used to be able to always play these games. Now I'm running into these issues, and for whatever it's some kind of like a update that happened that started causing that because it didn't do that before. Let me see. Starfield. Let's see details. Do they have requirement? Let me see. Read that. No, there's nothing here. I might just have to go. It just gives me capabilities, but doesn't show me. I'm gonna just go to Steam. They should have it on there. If I can find it, then I'll show it to you. But if I can't, then I'm just say screw it. I don't need to play it. Just I need the specs. Give me the specs. Really? That's fine. Next. What? Oh my god. This should be the remnant, right? No, of course not. Where's the store? Oh my gosh. You know what? I just go to my own library. Mm, you know what? No, because these are all last gen games, though. I wanted to see if I could find something that was like considered a next gen game. Next, news. No, just take me to the store. All right, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if what is it Armor Core next gen only? I have no idea. I'll just look at it though. Whatever. Why is the page? It's nothing. All right. What are we looking at here? Where's the requirements? It should be down here somewhere. Okay, here we go. All right. See now on PC you have a minimum of 12 gigs of RAM. See what are they doing for? and this is a GTX 1650. Now I know for what was it 60 gigs duh, duh, duh. AMD 12 memory. Yeah, so this is 16. Let me see. Duh, duh. But I don't know. This Last of Us part. That's not. That's still really not a next gen game. All right, Ratchet and Clank. It's about 16 too. No, see, look, Ratchet and Clank. This is 8 gigs of memory. It says recommended is 16, but you could do it with 8. Um, but again, with these games, well, what I know of, you know, basically where most of your memory goes, especially with textures. I mean, obviously code depending on whatever techniques they use, but like as far as textures, um, you have to build specific textures. Yes. See, that's the thing that makes it challenging. Like, all right, so like for the Series S, right? Outside of Microsoft, Microsoft knows what their specs are. They know what they're aiming for. They know what the resolution that they want. And not that other developers don't know this, but it's like, all right, so you make this game with these parameters or whatever it is that you want your image to have. And for Xbox, they're going to they sit there and say, actually, let me I'll pop that on to no, that's the wrong thing. I'll put this over here. For Xbox, they have hey, what are you doing? Move over. Thank you. Yeah, for Xbox, they have for the Series S. Like, all right, so when you design your asset, right? They would have to basically design assets for both the Series X and the Series S, right? Now with PC, they do multiple assets because you got your 8K, 4K, and 1080p or whatever, right? But in the case of dealing with the um the split screen, simply reducing the resolution isn't going to really help because you got to remember that screen is cut in half. So obviously the you know the resolution is going to be reduced. So is that's if that's not giving you enough headway because that's where all that memory goes to because you're basically playing the game twice, right? So since everything's smaller, you basically be building the game for that aspect ratio of it being split screen. You know, if you can't just put it in there. See what I'm saying? Like if they can easily just be like, oh, split screen function works. All right, cool. We're just using the same assets. Boom, boom. Put them in there twice. Cool. Great. But the problem is if it runs perfect on the S at I don't know whatever. Say it runs perfect at not 4K but 1080p, right? But that's 1080p upscale to 720p. Runs perfect. Great. But now you're cutting that bad boy in half. And maybe when you had it at that point, it had gave you a little headway, but it wasn't giving you like you weren't just clearing the bar. So now you got to go back into to actually be able to make split screen. You got to adjust to have the assets set for it. When I'm in split screen, the assets are going to be this, but you got to make them things because they're not made for that. That's where it becomes tedious and time consuming for that because again, you're not gonna. even though you can do that stuff on, they were like, oh, you could, you know, you know, you use a get around to use split screen on your Rogue Ally or Steam Deck. Nobody's gonna be playing it that way. The screen's way too small. You're not gonna know what you're looking at, and you can't play with two people on a handheld. It's just not possible. So even with that being, somebody could jailbreak it and figure it out how to do it. It's not a practical way in playing. Now, obviously, you can do it on your S, but the process is longer because they gotta basically build these assets to fit for this aspect ratio that they need, that can't just simply just take what they already have and do it. They have to build something specifically for that. That's what's time consuming. Like basically, you need a small dev team that basically goes over your assets and then adjusts the ratio for everything. And that bro, that's time consuming, man. I mean, as much as it's not impossible. It's not like, oh, they can't do it. No, because obviously, like, bro, we got The Witcher 3 on the Switch. That's exactly what they did. Those aren't the same assets. You seen that game? It ain't just the resolution, because the resolution ain't like, I think it's like 720p, or it's between like 540p and 720p. But if you look at the actual textures, that's what I'm talking about. The textures, the actual quality of the textures, that is reduced. That's where the memory is being chopped. Like, because I don't even know how much memory the Nintendo has, but you know it ain't a lot. So they had to make some adjustments somewhere, and that's what we're gonna do it in the assets. But again, that Doom, other games like that, bro, they gotta. That's the only way they're gonna get those games on there. They have to reduce the assets. They have to. But the thing is now that you reduce them, coming into like their next uh whatever their next game is, since those assets have already been reduced, now you can wind it with Doom at 60 FPS on the Switch, uh The Witcher 3 at 60 FPS on the next Switch, right? Still probably is going to be in the range of the same you know uh that's saying the same. Well, the screen might be a little bit bigger, but I'm saying as far as like, it's still going to be a handheld. So, depending on how they want to look at it, they could be like, all right, it's not like a complete toss away. It's like, oh, we only did it for the Switch. We're never going to do it again. Because look, what they could do is take those assets and be like, all right, we're going to do an update for The Witcher 3. And in this mode, for 120 or whatever, I'm assuming it'll be 120 if it's more powerful device. It won't just be 30 again, but who knows? Maybe it'll be 30 at 4K and 60 at 1080p and maybe 120 at 720p. Maybe that's what they do. I don't know. But those assets can still be reused. And then it can also go to, bro, they don't just check that stuff out, because you never know what the next handheld is or device. They might just be like, oh, we're gonna put it on cell phone now. All right, we're gonna make now the Witcher can run. Now the cell phone's strong enough to run The Witcher 3. So now we're gonna take those assets that we had a long time ago, bring them back, put them on the freaking cell phone, and now you got The Witcher on your cell phone with some controller thing or whatever, you know. But yeah, man, what's my thing keep on popping off? Oh shoot, I'm going way over my time. All right, I'm gonna have to wrap it up. All right, so Mr. Kima, Rogue Ally is more powerful than the S, but the S is more powerful than the Steam Deck. Okay, so maybe that's what Okay, okay, so that's what it was. Now I knew it was something. Uh, Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it was a Steam Deck. But again, I'm down with it. If they make a Series S, uh, and they should make it very similar to what the Rogue Ally is doing. Like I would say, interesting. If they can make a modular Series S, meaning some similar to Nintendo, maybe not exactly the same, but similar. Whereas you have your Xbox Series S portable, you put it in its docking position, and you allow it to, basically play on a larger screen, or you get the docking station that upgrades your Series S to a Series X when it's in docking mode. That'd be fire. Now, how would they make that work? I don't know. I'm not an engineer. And that's their job to figure out those type of problems. But I know it'd be fire. Whether or not people will just go out in there and buy it like that, but I still know it'll be fire though. You know, that'd be an interesting proposition. You telling me like, wait, hold up, you got an Xbox Series X. I mean, maybe it's cheaper then. Maybe the Series S is $200, the Series X is $400, and the Series P or whatever they want to call it, maybe it's $300 for the portable and $500 for the portable and the Series X upgrade. You know, hey man, I know it'd be fire, man. I play it. I don't know where I put it, but I play it. And where'd I put that thing? I don't know. I mean, I got the X downstairs, S upstairs. That's a good question, man. Do I just get rid of my Series? Nah, see, I don't know if I get rid of the S upstairs. See, it's easy enough for my wife to figure out. Man. You gotta, I mean, as long as it's simple, like it ain't, I mean, I guess it would work the same. So I don't know, but yeah, man. But all right, man, it's your boy Live. Check me out tomorrow. We're gonna be on 100's podcast, or our podcast, X XDO podcast, Xbox One Day One. Uh, I'll be there at 11:30 p.m. ish. I don't know if 100 listen. I'll be there. I'll be there. I promise. I promise. I'll try not to fall asleep, depending on if I get a nap. I got 5-year-old chase around. She wearing me the hell out. She be out there she's just energy all day. Like you can tell she not here because ain't nobody just screaming and singing and singing and screaming. Like that's what she do from 6 o'clock to about 8:30, 9:30. That's what she do. Like, and it's exhausting. But anyway, man, it's your boy Live Wire. I'ma holla at you, man. Thanks for joining me. And I'm out this piece, man. Peace. Peace.